Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure, and I sold a lot of stuff.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a part-time reseller based out of Montana. I work at a radio station. Actually, I realize I'm wearing my station gear today. Work at the radio station in the morning, and then in the afternoon and the evenings, that's when I pick up reselling and now YouTube as well. So this is a channel where we talk about that. We talk about going to garage sales, estate sales, finding stuff there, and flipping it for profit online. I do that primarily on eBay. And so we're going to take a look at what I've sold here over the last handful of days on eBay. And we had a couple of slow days, like Tuesday. I think we sold $33 gross on eBay. Not great. Thursday, we sold $618 gross on eBay. That's how it goes sometimes, you know, and nothing changed. I was doing the same stuff. It's just I sold a couple of really great items, and then the ball started rolling. And we've sold more today. We're up over probably 150 so far today as well. Today, as I'm filming this, is Thursday. So let's take a look at the things that I sold. Some low-dollar stuff, some higher-dollar stuff. A pretty good mix because I sell a lot of stuff in my store, and hopefully there's something that you see here that is helpful for you. Maybe you see it later down the road at a Goodwill or at a garage sale, estate sale, whatever it is. So the first thing that I sold, I picked this up from Goodwill some time ago, actually, probably 6 months ago, something like that. This is a vintage single-stitch McGregor t-shirt. I picked it up, I think it was $1.99 at Goodwill. And I had it listed for about $40, but sent an offer out to a watcher for $35 plus shipping. And they took that. So really solid turnaround on a t-shirt. Then we sold another one of our tools, the Armstrong 3/8-inch drive ratchet. This out of I bought buckets of stuff at a guy's sale. He gave it to me for $15. I sold one tool and we were in the profit. So now everything that sells is profit. So $16.50 plus shipping, all going into my pocket. Well, not all going into my pocket because I got to pay fees, right? You got to pay eBay fees. Then you got to pay taxes. I get that, but still, we're not going to dig into the math. Brian, no, there's no math. Don't worry about it. Then we sold this Chicago Bulls Mitchell & Ness snapback cap. This one actually going up to Alaska. I don't know why I always think it's cool when I sell things to Alaska. $16.74 plus shipping. Then I actually sold something internationally to Australia that surprised me a little bit. This is a vintage ad. I actually pulled this. I bought a Life magazine, and once I started getting into it, it was just too beat up. I didn't want to try and sell it. The cover was detaching, and there was some tears on pages, stuff like that. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to salvage this, and I'm going to start selling some of the ads out of it. I've listed a handful of them. I have more to list. I'll just list them on days when I don't, frankly, really want to list anything. It's an easy thing to list. And so this is the first one that we've sold, the Dickies Men of Production ad. Really cool imagery. And this going to Australia. They paid 35 Australian dollars for this. After I do the conversion, I take out fees and I pay for shipping. We make about $11 profit off of this. I paid $6 for the whole magazine, which now puts us into the profit on that. So pretty good. Lock 5. This is a game for the Game Wave family entertainment system. This part of a big pile of games that I picked up at the local thrift store. I paid $70 or $72, something like that, for a whole bunch of games. We're now completely in the profit. So 100% profit here. This sold for $19.76 plus shipping. And then shout out to Chris, Cajun Reseller. We got Plush in this episode, my friend. This Daisy Duck, I picked this up probably for a quarter or 50 cents at a garage sale, and it sold for $9.98. Free shipping, so you don't make much there, but they're light, easy to ship. They don't break while you ship them, and you make a couple bucks. One of the die cut things out there, right here, this Sizzix die. This is a bunch of gears and stuff. It sold for $19.42 plus shipping. Now that 100% profit at this point as well. Then the Scream Mask. You haven't been able to see it because it's been hanging up behind me right next to Han Solo there. I got this probably 18 months ago. It's been sitting. I picked up two of them. at the thrift store, and I think they were $4.99 a piece. I don't remember, but of course we're way into the profit because I already sold one of these a while back, and now we sold the second one, $83.74 plus shipping. If you find vintage Scream, you guys, not all of it is great, but this was new. It still had the Kmart thing on it. It was still sealed, not super high end, but the draw was new. And so new and sealed from 1997, this sold for really good money. And I was really excited when that came through. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I do pretty good on Rudolph stuff. I tend to pick it up. The Island of Misfit Toys stuff. There's a lot of stuff in there that I think sells pretty well. Some of it for pretty high dollar. This one, not very high dollar, $6.99 plus shipping. It was new and sealed, and that's why it sold. But if you can pick these up for $1, why not? You make an easy $4 or $5. Very, very simple. And this I just picked up last weekend, actually. I picked up a set of these lures. Here's one of them right here. This Eppinger, I don't know, Daredevil lure. There was a set of them. I got them for $5. One was the Canadian flag with the maple leaf. One was the U.S. flag. Vintage lures, not been used. Really, really cool. I don't know that somebody's going to use this. It's probably going to be displayed. But $16.74 plus shipping on the single lure. So we're in the profit, and we've still got the Canadian lure left. These Vibram 5 Fingers shoes, very small size, I think like 6.5. I'd been getting, I think, 3 or 4 offers to this point of $20, but I had it set for free shipping. And so I wanted a little bit more. I think I paid a couple bucks for these. This was the garage sale where we picked up those Wizard of Oz, Boyd's Bears, and the Barney thing and all that. I think I paid $2 or $3 for these, maybe $2, but still I wanted a little bit more since I was paying shipping. Finally, somebody sent me an offer of $26 free shipping, and they do go first class, so pretty cheap to ship. We make about $18-20, and I'm happy with that. And then media, I like selling media. We already had Rudolph go. This one much better than Rudolph. This is Stone Pillow. It was a TV movie in the 80s, I think. This was Lucille Ball's final movie. And so it's a relatively hard to come by movie, it seems, and has a very good sell-through rate. So $31.18 plus shipping for a used DVD. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take that. We sold another die. This one had like the royal crest on the front. $9.48 plus shipping on that one. Again, all profit. Another one that we picked up this last weekend, not a high dollar item, but the sell-through said, pick it up. This is the Bell & Howell tack visor. It's basically something that you hook up to your visor and you're looking through a yellow piece of plexiglass. That's all it is. It's like an as seen on TV gadget, but you saw in a recent video, I don't mind looking stuff up at garage sales. I'll comp stuff that's interesting. Usually it's the higher dollar stuff because I don't want to, get into something that I'm going to lose money on. If it's $1, I might just pick it up anyway. And this one was $1, and I thought I would probably pick it up anyway. As seen on TV stuff tends to do pretty well for me. But for whatever reason, I thought, let's scan the UPC code. And these do sell for about $20 free shipping in that ballpark all the time. You don't make much, right? I think I paid $1 for this is what I ended up paying. And we got $19.76 free shipping. Now it did go priority because once you put it in a box, it just crept over. It's like a pound, 2 ounces. And you couldn't really put it in a poly because then the outer box is going to get crushed. There's a good chance of it getting broken. So it does have to go priority. I think it was $10.86. Let's call it $10.76 for easier math. That leaves us with $9. I only paid $1 for it. So even after fees, you're making what, $6, $7, something like that. And this was a box that I put inside a box and taped it shut. Very easy to ship. So I don't mind selling those lower dollar things as long as there's not a lot of time involved for listing them. They don't take up much room storing. I could see that the sell-through was there. There was a lot of good things going for this, and that's why ultimately I picked it up. Now, this next thing, I picked it up, and it was much better than I realized. This Wii. We got this for $32.50 or something like that. $37.50. That's what it was. It was $37.50 because I went to this estate sale. It was the second day, and they decided about 5 minutes into my time there that, hey, you know what? We want to get rid of this stuff. Everything's half off. Okay, that's good news. So I saw this Wii, and you'll see this in a video coming up, but it's marked 75 bucks. It had the Wii, 4 or 5 games, and a balance board. They were still in their boxes, and it had Wii Sports Resort. That one will sell for about 30 bucks free shipping. And so that's a pretty solid game. It was complete. And so at half off, at 37 bucks, I was thinking I'm going to get a big chunk of my money back out of Sports Resort, and then the rest is going to be profit. It's more than I want to spend for a Wii typically. But turns out I got up to the counter and the lady says, "Oh, yeah, this is great. We found this." It was her mother had passed away, and they finally started going through her stuff. It's been some time, I think. And she says, "Yeah, we just found this. It was still new. We took it out. We played it. It was so much fun over the last few days." It's like a gut punch, guys. Go and check out new sealed Wii. This thing, the most recent, when I looked it up, when I brought it home this last weekend, the most recent sold for a new sealed Wii was $449 free shipping. So, in the end, they got about 375, 400 bucks out of it. It sells for crazy money. Now, this one I could still sell. I put in the title. You saw it, read description for the condition. So I could say, hey, this was only played a handful of times. I actually peeled a piece of Christmas wrapping paper off of the front of it. It was never played until they opened it up and played it. But still, some of the stuff, one of the controllers was still sealed, and some of the things were still sealed. So I was able to price this up a little bit. And so still, 150 bucks out of 30 something, I'm thrilled. And we're still going to sell the game. And so we're going to make some good money off of this. But we lost several $100s because they played it a few times. That's the difference between new and used on eBay. So, and like I said, the Scream costume and mask, that's why I was able to sell it for so much, because it was still new and sealed. So a little detour there, and you can commiserate. Anything that you've ever had that was like that, where, you had somebody say, "Hey, this was new. We found this and we just tried it last night. It works great." Now it's not new anymore. You can't sell it as new. Have you ever had that? I'm curious if you've got any used to be new stories that you missed it by hours. Leave them down below. I'd be curious to see if there were any others. That was the biggest that I've had is on this Wii. So let's dive back into these before this gets too long. I've talked about these boots before. I sell these boots very well when I pick them up and they're in good condition. These were RO Search. They're the Army boots, the warm weather desert tan boots. These sold on an offer that I sent out for $43.54. Plus, they actually paid more than that. I think they paid $48 in shipping for me to send this to Sri Lanka. So check that one off of the list now. The Bass Pro Shops. I sold one of their hats. This was a cool design. It was a spray paint design, and it moved pretty quickly. $16.39 plus shipping. I actually picked this up from my buddy Aaron. He came into a whole bunch of hats and said, "Hey, I just really don't have time for all these. What do you think?" He knows I like selling hats. And so I paid Aaron 60 bucks for a tote and then another box full of mostly vintage hats. There's some duds in there, but there's some great ones. This was the first one to sell. And we had not just hats in there. There's some cool old Atari stuff in there as well that I've yet to dig into. So it's a good deal. We're definitely going to make money off of this. And Aaron got some quick cash and saved some space in his place. So Aaron, thanks, my friend. I know you watch these videos. So thank you very much for that. It's going to take some time for me to get through all these hats, but we're definitely going to make some money on them. There's some more actually coming up. You guys know the Vision off of WandaVision. If I would have picked this up 6 months ago, I could have made a lot more money on it, but it does still sell. He's been sitting behind me here on the counter for the last couple of weeks. Picked this up at Goodwill for $2.99, I think. Didn't make a ton here. We sold it, what did you saw the thing there, $21.37 free shipping. That an offer that I sent out just because I wanted to move it quickly. It would have sold for about 24 or 25 bucks eventually, but I'm happy just, let's keep this stuff moving through. If we have a chance to move it quickly for $2 less, let's do it. And so pretty good sale there. That is one that's a little bit harder to find. It's not that old. It came out in, I think it's 2014, but it's just the old school look with his comic book costume. So very cool little piece. I was glad to find it and glad to flip it as quickly as I did. And then we sold a couple more hats. These again from Aaron, 2 Ducks Unlimited hats and a Sims hat. Now, Ducks Unlimited, a couple things here. Ducks Unlimited does sell pretty well, but it doesn't sell for high dollar. I've had pretty good luck with the different, if you get something that's very basic, it's going to sit for a while, but the cool designs, they will sell for about $10, right in that range. I actually had a quantity listing here, and the same guy bought 2, and he also bought that Sims hat. Now, the Sims hat, a couple things on that. Sims, for one, it's a fishing brand. For those not aware, they make pretty high-end fishing gear. If you see their stuff, take a second look because it does resell very well. It's worth a pretty good bit. But also, this was a long bill hat. The bill on the front of the hat is a little bit longer. That's a fishing hat. And a lot of times you'll see those on vintage hats, vintage fishing hats. You can get good money on the vintage long bill hat sometimes. This one, newer, not worth quite as much, but it had the long bill going for it, and it had Sims going for it. So it was a win-win. I was pretty confident about that one. So between the 3 hats, $39.74, free shipping. That just about put us into even, right? Because there's $40 plus the 16. We're at 56. We're getting close to being even on that $60 buy. Then I sold something that's been sitting around for 2.5 years. A while back when I was first getting in, or close to when I was first getting into this, I picked up a whole bunch of parts and pieces of G.I. Joe. We had G.I. Joe accessories, guns, missiles, rifles, knives. I had all sorts of stuff. At some point, I got tired of it, and I lotted a couple lots up and basically made reseller lots out of them, and they went very quickly. But I had some stuff that was still listed, and I've just let it ride, and this is one of those things. So we've got some G.I. Joe accessories, missile launcher, and some missiles and stuff like that. This one sold for $8. Free shipping, make a couple bucks off of that. This is the good one. This is the one I was excited about. Now, the Wii sold for more money, but I have a better return on my investment with this. It's High Karate. How many of you guys remember High Karate? I saw this at the estate sale, the same place as the Wii, and I just thought, this looks unique. It looks different. There's something familiar about it. And so I picked it up. It was $1. This is like a gift pack, essentially, for Christmas. Now, I think these date to the late 60s to the early 70s. I've done some research on them. There was one very, very similar that was at auction when I purchased this for $102.50. It had a couple bids on it. I think that's ultimately where it went. Now, I looked on Terapeak, which is something that you guys can do as well. It used to be with your store subscription, but now I think everybody gets access to Terapeak. eBay will show you the last 90 days. Terapeak will show you the last year, so you can do a search in there. High Karate has a fantastic sell-through rate, and it looks like a lot, stuff that's like this usually sells for between $70 and $90. But there were no others. I waited till that auction was over. If there's one and it's at auction, let the thing finish, because then you can list yours, and yours is the only one. And if it's got multiple bids, at least one person lost that auction, and they're going to be looking for that again. So a little tip for you there, but I waited about a day. There was 2.5 days left, so I waited a day after that, and then listed mine, and it sold in a couple of days for $117.24 plus shipping. I paid $1 for this. Remember, the High Karate, this is, I think my grandpa had some of this in his bathroom. I seem to remember this, a container of this. It was black, I think, with gold writing. I think I remember the High Karate in there. I'm going to cut in here. I know this is getting to be a long one. I promise we only have a couple more, but I want to cut in here one of their commercials, because the High Karate commercials were fantastic. If you get on YouTube and look them up, they were really, really good. And here's one. This is a former Bond girl, actually.
This is High Karate. And this unsuspecting girl is about to catch its irresistible scent. The High Karate scent that can turn a usually docile woman into a ravenous creature. A scent so irresistible that every pack of High Karate carries essential instructions on self-defense. High Karate aftershave. Be careful how you use it.
So there you go. If you see High Karate remember the commercial, pick it up, or I guess keep it for yourself, but it's going to sell and sell for really good money. I'll try and run through the rest of these pretty quickly here. This antique Bible. I love picking up antique stuff. Just holding on to something that's more than 100 years old is very cool to me, and owning it for a little while. And this was very cool. It was a very large Bible. It weighed about 7 pounds, one of those big family Bibles. If you find them and they're in good condition, think about picking them up. I took an offer today on this of $30 plus. This does qualify for media mail shipping, which is good because, like I said, it was very heavy. So that's how you can sell some of these older Bibles like that. Def Leppard, yeah, this one sold $9.98. Free shipping. Then we sold another couple of Plush, these to the same buyer. She first came in. I sent an offer out on a Minnie Mouse, pretty rare, with a music note wand. This one, I sent out an offer and she took it, $21.63. And then she came in and found a Donald Duck plush that I had up for, I think, $9.99 free shipping. She sent me an offer of $7. Why not, right? I mean, she already paid $22 for another plush. I can put this in right beside it, combine the shipping. So yeah, I took $7 free shipping on the fuzzy Donald Duck plush. And then I sold another game for the Game Wave. This is Letter Zap, $19.76 plus international shipping to Switzerland. So this game going to Switzerland. And then this one put me over the top with the buy on Aaron. We're now even or a little bit into the profit. This Always, is it Always Walmart or Walmart Always? I don't know, but it's a vintage made in the USA Walmart hat. It had like half a dozen pins on it, but I had to wash the thing. And so I took the pins out, I washed the hat, and then rather than putting the pins back on, the holes actually sealed up pretty well once I washed it. So I just sold them with the lot of pins as well, and bounced back and forth offers with the guy this evening, and ultimately settled in on $22 plus shipping. All in, he's almost $30 after he pays shipping and taxes. So not bad, again, on a hat. You know, hat. Look at hats, guys. A lot of people look past them at garage sales, but even basic hats will sell for 10 or 12 bucks on eBay. So thanks for riding along with me today, guys. I sure appreciate it. That's what I sold over the last handful of days. And like I said, I had a $33 day followed immediately by a $618 day. That's eBay. If things aren't working well, keep doing what you're doing. Do what you know to do. And don't get discouraged, because things are going to pick back up. So that's what we've got. Tomorrow morning, a garage sale video dropping, and then more videos next week. If this is the kind of stuff you like, thumbs up, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff that you do. See you next time.